Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all you beautiful valid people out there, we are back with more Homestuck because I'm never gonna fucking escape.
Of course not. Why would we do that?
Because I'll be honest with you guys. This entire time, you know how like we've been quote unquote living like across the fucking like U.S. from each other. No, I'm actually trapped in his basement. Please let me out, please. I'm so tired of Homestuck content, man. Please.
Oh God. Well, anyway, no comment. Today we're gonna look into a fan-made class quiz that people sent us in Discord, because people have been wanting to know what our class is, and we are happy to oblige because I am also curious about what our class is. So yeah, so we're starting with this quiz, and then we're gonna read a little bit more about it.
We're just gonna write down. Well, the way we're gonna do it is the same way as the aspect thing that we did.
Anyways, yeah. So basically, what's happening here is we're gonna do J's first, and I'm gonna write down my answers, and then we're gonna go back and just enter in all my answers without having to worry too much about yeah. But it looks like there's 40 questions, so we got some time here. Anyways, you want to read the first question?
All right. Do you and your friends share your interests with each other? Well, boy, do I have something to tell you, quiz. You often try to share that which you think others would enjoy with them and are always open to hearing what your friends' passions may be. You don't want to be a bother most of the time, but will gladly talk about them if someone shows interest. So recommendations can be similarly interesting, too. You tend to choose your friends based on your interests, so sharing about them is a given. New interests may need a bit to take root, but if they hate you hard. You're passionate about what you like, sometimes to the point of bugging your friends to try and get into something you enjoy. You can be picky about your taste, however, and dismiss some recommendations. You don't identify with any of the answers.
This is hard for me.
Ooh.
What do you think?
I'm trying to think for myself.
Oh God.
Do I bug people? Does it bug you whenever I talk about music?
No. I mean, I can't speak for other people because I might be one of the people who really likes hearing about others' interests. Because I think
I think sometimes I can get to a point where B or C. Yeah, that's probably where I'm sitting too. But then again, I also think that I'm pretty open to try new things at the same time.
A, B, or C.
I think A might be it for me because I try to share what I enjoy, but I don't try to be bothersome with it. And I also am open to finding new things. Like I've taken all your recommendations you've given me and stuff. I've not finished them all yet, but that's because you've recommended me like 80 million different things.
Oh yeah, and you'll get to it. Yeah, I mean, and see the thing with D is I agree with the first half. You know, you're passionate about what you like. Sometimes the point of bugging friends and try to get something you enjoy. Like I'll do that all the time. I'll be like, oh my God, I don't mean to, but sometimes I'll do it. But I don't think I'm that picky, and I don't dismiss recommendations. I always check it out, regardless, if I like it or not. I check it out. A, I think might be too tame, which is my only issue, is because I am always open to hearing passions, and I do try to share what I think others will enjoy. God, and B, I don't want to be bothered, but we'll gladly talk about something if they show interest. That's I mean, I don't want to be bothered, but also like I kind of like, just talk about things that I'm interested in anyway sometimes, and I don't mean to bother people, but I do. And you tend to choose your friends based on interests. That's also true though. Like it's not like I choose my friends based on people who have 100% of the same interests as me. But I meet people and I become friends with people because there's at least one interest that we share. Like I can't become friends with someone if we don't have any interests shared at all. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, but I think that's in general. I just think it means I think that one means that you choose them specifically because they enjoy all the same things you do. Is what that seems like to me. Because everyone at least
a given.
Every friend that you have is sharing at least one.
Yeah, I mean, when I meet somebody, right? Literally, I don't like the first questions I ask people. The first things we talk about is what are we interested in.
Yeah.
Sharing about our interests. It's a given. I choose it. God, this is hard.
I think A is probably me.
Okay.
But I don't think I worry too much about bothering people with my interest, unless they yell at me.
Yeah. God.
And I like to think that I sit there and listen to people whenever they rant about things they're interested in, even if I'm not necessarily interested in it.
Yeah. See, now C is hitting me a little bit now, because new interests may take a bit to take root, but if they hit you hard, right?
Yeah.
Because that's true. You know, like a lot of the times it's hard for me to start something new, but once I do it, I'll be like, this is great. You know, like with Hobo Johnson, it took me a while to actually listen to him, but I love him. You know, or you know, when someone suggests an anime, it's like I'll get to it eventually. I just, you know, I don't feel super motivated to watch something new right now, and then I start watching it, and I'm like, this is fucking great. You know. It's like that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, but I think for me, I just like I pick up a lot of new things really fast.
Oh yeah, I'm not trying to convince you anything. I
know. I'm just like I'm trying to explain what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not trying to convince you either. Being like, no, you're exactly like me. I ain't so like.
God, this is hard because I don't know. Because does C mean that I don't take recommendations a lot? Because I do take them a lot. It just takes time to.
I think that's the thing, though, is that it needs to take a second, because you didn't get into Hobo Johnson, as you mentioned earlier. It took you months before I finally got you to, like, break.
Yeah, and, you know, I wasn't a huge fan of Peach's Scone the first time I listened to it. It wasn't bad, it was just...
No, I get it, but I think that's what it is. I think C probably works the best out of these for you.
I also talk about my interests all the time, and I try to convince people to get into things that I like all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Stargate.
Oh, you fucking well, to be fair, well, I think
it's on subject.
I think D is the only one that where Stargate hits me.
Jay, someday I'll get you to watch
Stargate. Never.
And you're gonna like it.
I refuse. Even if I do like it, I won't admit it, you ass.
God, do I have to go with C then?
I think C works the best for you.
Fine, I'll go C.
Two of your friends are bickering. Their argument seems to be escalating quickly, and you decide to intervene immediately. No argument should jeopardize the unity of the team, and you're not risking things getting worse between them. Stay in the periphery of the argument. You will jump in if things start to get out of control, but for now, all you want to know is what's going on. Listen into their argument. If you find whatever they're talking about interesting, or you think you could offer your two cents on the issue, you will try to expose your thoughts. Diffuse the bickering before it escalates any further. There's way more important things to worry about than their silly argument, and they're starting to get a little bit on your nerves. Definitely not the last one.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd listen in. I think I'd jump in, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I jump in straight away or if I jump in if things got out of control.
Stay in the argument. Show personality. What's going on? Listen in there. You'll find whatever there's interesting. Think you can.
Actually, now that I think about it, I think A is probably me.
Okay, but their argument seems to be escalating quickly. So this means that they're currently, you know, it's building up, and they're starting to get a little upset with each other.
They're starting to like yell at each other, probably something as such as that.
So, you know, if it was just like a debate, then B would be something. But I don't think I'd just sit there and do nothing if they're like yelling at each other. I guess.
I think A is me.
C almost fits for me because I feel like I would listen in and then I would try to offer my opinion and try to diffuse it, but like turn it into a debate instead of an argument.
I think
turn it into a discussion.
I don't think that I'd be willing to do that. I think my first reaction, and again, this is just me throwing in what I'd do. It's just like, especially if they're like sitting there yelling at each other, I think I'd instantly throw myself in as a mediator and be like, whoa, everybody chill, we do not need to yell at each other like fucking barbarians or some shit. Even though barbarians are kind of cool, but
yeah,
that's just me though. Plus, I think that I've done that before, where I'm just
trying to. Yeah, no, that's fair. I'm just trying to think if C implies that you are also arguing or not. God.
I think if you do, usually whenever you do bring up your opinions, though, you do kind of get thrown into the argument.
That's true. You're right. Okay. C.
Fucking ass. You're playing a game with an XP-based leveling system.
Perfect.
There's several diverse roles that can be useful in many different situations, but you can only have a limited number of partners in your party at any given time. How do you level up your characters?
Oh God.
Oh god, this is like Pokemon type shit. You try to give many characters enough attention and experience to keep a well-rounded and versatile team so that you may mix and match as the situation demands. Focus mainly on your favorite characters, but try to keep a well-rounded team and some spare characters at a good level in case they're needed. Focus on a single team with your best fighters, and if you start having a hard time with the section, all you need to do is increase their levels more. You have one single team, but it's objectively the best possible combination of teammates, which you min-max in according to get to the most out of them in any situation, leveled up beyond the required level in the current area already.
See, I can't answer this question because I don't really play experience-based leveling games with parties.
Yeah, for sure. Wait,
like JRPGs
are you saying
and such? I don't really play those.
You don't play Pokemon?
No, I've never actually beaten a Pokemon game. I've played one Pokemon game and gotten like halfway through.
All right, I'm out. I quit. I've been lied to.
Hey,
you said you liked Nintendo, you fuck.
It's not that I don't like it. It's that I just never got into it because I didn't play it when I was younger. I played it with like a couple of years ago.
And it just wasn't for you.
And it's. I mean, the reason that I'm not a huge like, it's not that I don't like it. It's that I get bored playing it sometimes. Mm-hmm. Just because of the grinding. Yeah. It's the same reason I'm not a huge fan of playing Final Fantasy games and stuff. Even though I fucking love the story of the characters and everything that I've played of them, but you know, it's not that I don't like it, it's that it gets boring sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And I have to stop. You know, it's like that's me with a lot of those kind of grindy games, you know?
I don't know. I guess it's just the fact that I've grown up with it. It's like I know that I'm very definitely. ADHD, and I spend a lot of time being like, I don't feel like sitting here for hours. But like if it comes to certain things that I really enjoy, that's exactly what I'll do. Spend hours upon hours completely fucking destroying a video game. Minecraft, for example, sit in a single player world and just completely get yourself OP as fuck just for no reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think in general, like if I was playing a game like this, like I've been I mean Kingdom Hearts is different, but okay, it's not quite that.
I've never played.
Kingdom Hearts a lot. I've been replaying the first game because I've only ever actually played the first game.
I've never played Kingdom Hearts,
and we're totally doing it on the channel at some point. But I forgot how good the beginning of the first game is. I just forgot how good it is. I love it. It's a JRPG with like closer to Zelda combat, where it's like real time instead of like
turn based.
Turn based, yeah. And it's Disney, and it's I love it.
It definitely seems like something I'd enjoy. I've just never had the. I've never had the.
Like I'll grind in that game, that's for sure.
All right,
I can fight. Anyways, single focus and single time. What do you do? Well, I'm thinking.
All right, let me read to myself again. You try to get many times. I don't think I keep a very well-rounded and versatile team.
I certainly don't.
I definitely wouldn't do that. You focus mainly on your favorite characters. I'd like to think I do B.
See, I'd like to think I do B, but realistically, I'll do. You focus on a single team with your best fighters. If you're having a hard time with a section, quit the game because I don't want to grind some more. That's realistically me.
I think. I think mine's either B or C.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I have to do C because it's closer to the It's not that it's close because like B implies that I actually like try to level up some other characters actively, but I don't. Yeah. I just disagree with the all you need to do is, but I think. In general, C. Because I don't min-max. I'm not like a min-maxer.
Yeah, I think C's mine for
just
sure.
Just because it's too much work.
I think C's me just because of the fact that just like, in general in Pokemon, like I'll grab everyone that I want, and if it's a Pokemon that I want, I'll just switch them out and then start grinding with that one. Rather than just like...
Nice.
Like, continuing and being like, okay, we're going to make sure that all of them fucking work. Nah, I don't give a fuck. After a small competition, your team manages to win and earn a small reward for your effort. Your friends insist that you're the one who did the most work, and as such, you should keep the reward. What do? You're grateful, but can't take the reward from the rest like that. They're vital parts of the team, and you think there's someone more deserving of it than you. You accept the reward and name of the team, but make it very clear that you wouldn't have been able to get far without their support, and thank them dearly for it. You refuse to accept full credit for the team, divide the reward equally among the team. Accept the reward pridefully. You know you did your best, and it's well deserved. I think mine's C.
Okay.
Mine's either C or A. But I think that I'm more just the type where I'd refuse. I'd be like, no. Stop. Because that's what I do a lot. Is like people are just like,
you were the
you're
one who
doing
most
great,
paid
and I'm just like,
attention
shut
to
up,
the
nerd. No one cares about your opinion.
Well, here's the thing, right? What's the reward? Is it a trophy? Because a trophy is very different than something. Because, for example, C, divide the reward equally among the team. That doesn't work for a trophy.
That's true, but what if it's like cash?
If it's cash, then obviously divide it equally.
I'm assuming it's saying divide it equally because there's an ability to divide it up equally.
Okay. That's the thing. Like it's the kind of thing where like if it's like a trophy and the team insists that I was like the leader of the team and all that, then I would be B. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I would be B, and I would put up the trophy like on a shelf or something where it can be displayed proudly as an achievement of the team.
I just think as a person, I can't,
but,
especially IRL with things, I don't think that there's any way that I could possibly, actually be like, yeah, I'll take this. Like, I don't think I'd be able to. If it was like that, then I think I'd do A. But.
I mean, yeah. I mean, especially, sure. Especially if it's something that can be divided up, then C all the way, if it can be divided up.
I think I'll just go with C. Because I think I'd just be like...
Shit, I've hit C every time so far.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
I'll go with C too.
When hardship comes your way, what do? You accept it as it comes, bear through, and pick yourself up, back up, or vent to your friends for support. Venting to my friends couldn't be me. You take it head on. Hardship only exists to fun you up and weed out the weak. There's nothing you can't face if you're determined enough. You try to calm down and let everything slip away for a while. Need some time for yourself and focus on other things. And you may get knocked down, but you'll get back up soon after. Hardship is only temporary. You wouldn't face hardship any of the ways that are described above. Dude, it's either A or C.
It's A for me. The thing, I think it's not perfectly accurate. Because realistically, I'd get depressed about it for a while.
Yeah.
And then I'd vent about it to help get back.
I'm trying to decide, right? Because I've done both. Is the thing.
Yeah, C, I've done C, but I actively avoid doing C these days,
I think with C, I did it not even recently. How long ago was that? Wait, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. That was 8 months ago. But 8 months ago,
yeah,
I definitely just stopped functioning.
No, I get you.
But, I think... Now, especially after having done that, I think A is definitely the way that I go. With anytime anything happens now, I used to be like, no, I'm not gonna bug anybody about it, but now I'm just like, fuck it, I'm not gonna bottle it anymore. So
yeah.
I A all the way. Let's go.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Yeah, I'm certainly A.
After a long, heated argument with a friend about a topic you're very invested in, you realize you've been wrong all along. How do you react to this realization? You apologize for behavior, consider the newly presented information, and slowly adapt to it. You dislike having been proven wrong, but you're not wrong nonetheless, and it takes a while to accept this new bit of information on the topic. You're quite impacted by having been wrong all along. Stop to reconsider everything you thought about, you knew on the topic, and how this new information changed your point of view on it. You hate that you can't just easily back down on your word, and will dwell on the argument for some time as you work to assimilate this new information on the topic.
Yeah, I
think mine be A. I think I'd just be like, I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was wrong. Let's just move on and then just adapt.
So this is the thing, right? Because I try not to get into heated arguments unless I truly believe in something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of leaning at C a little bit. Like I like A a lot, but I'm kind of leaning at C as well. Because I think if, there's something that I, care about a lot, and then I'm, realize I'm wrong, then I'm like, hold on a second. What does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
What else might be wrong? What's going on?
You start going existential with it.
It's not that I think that it's not that I, think that I was right all along. It's that oh, okay, well, let me reconsider all this other shit. But I certainly would apologize about it. I'd be like, hey, I'm sorry. You're right. And, yeah, but...
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, right? I guess, this, I guess, as a light player,
oh God,
I want my information to be correct.
Oh, fuck.
So
me being wrong is such a bold assumption.
No. It's that when I am wrong, I want to learn what the right answer is so I can be right in the future.
I'm assuming whenever you realize you were wrong all along, that you know the right, which is what the other friend was arguing.
Yeah. And at that point, I know it, and I'm overall happier for knowing the new right thing, you know? And the thing is like, people are wrong all the time. I'm wrong all the time. I was wrong a lot in that video that in the finale of Homestuck, but, you know, eventually we got to it, you know? And it's like, when I'm wrong about something and somebody tells me that I'm wrong about something and actually presents, like, good, like, evidence and, you know, something that's... I mean, you know, like... I am open-minded in the sense that I will be convinced by evidence. If you give me evidence, I will realize that you are correct. But there are times where I've been in arguments where I don't buy their evidence and I stick with my answer, because I think my evidence is stronger or whatever. But in general, if like at this point you realize you've been wrong all along, I look at their evidence and I'm like, holy shit, they're right. At that point, if it's like in the conversation, I'll definitely apologize. Be like, you know what, actually you're right. But I think C overall is the more correct answer, because I would definitely reconsider everything else about that. I'd be like, wait, what does that mean for this thing and that thing that are similar to that, you know?
I think it really, with me, depends on what we're arguing about and how and what my if I'm very invested in it. I mean, I think all of these ways I'm still gonna be like A, but I think that I have bits and pieces of all the other ones too. Like,
yeah, that's fair.
Like, if it's something that I thought for sure that I was right about, but then again, I'm wrong about a lot of things. But it'd be different if it was like a moral question where, like, morally I realized I was wrong, than if it was just information.
Well, it says argument about a topic you realize being wrong. That makes me think it's information.
That's what I thought too. That's why I'm just going with A, because I'm wrong on information sometimes, and I'm 100% like that's valid. All right, let's just keep going.
All right, I'm gonna go with C.
A
for you.
I keep clicking A. During a trip to an arcade, you managed to earn enough points to get an item in exchange for game tickets. You've had your eyes on an adorable plushie, but a younger family member has set their eyes on something else. What did you do? Refuse to spend your hard-earned tickets on something for someone else. You really want that plushie. Agreed! No, I'm just kidding. You get your plushie, but offer your family member help to earn enough tickets for their own prize. Begrudgingly accede to get it for them. You can always get your plushie another time. Buy them what they want without hesitation. They're going to enjoy a prize more than you anyway. D.
I keep picking C, Jay. It's C for me, because there's definitely that hesitation, because like I'm like, oh, but I really wanted that, but I know, yeah, I should get it, you know. It's like I will get it for them. It's just I a little bit, part of me is like, oh, damn it, I wish I could have gotten it, you know.
Whenever it comes to me, especially whenever it's giving people things, I'm just like, fuck it, take it. I can always get my thing another time.
No,
I can just
I try
earn enough for something else.
Well, yeah, I try to get other people things all the time. I try to give as much as I can as well. I mean, and the particular part of this question that is different for me is because it's this person wants this. You have the means to get the thing you've been wanting, but you should get the other thing instead. And I'm like, yeah, I will get the other thing instead, but I'm also going to be like, I did want this, and I'm kind of sad that I can't get it, but I morally feel obligated to get it for them, you know?
Oh, yeah. I just, like, I don't know. That's just
But me. I get you. No, I get you. No, certainly. We have different answers.
I'm just like, fuck it.
So Jay is D. I am C. Jay, out of these 7 questions, I've been C 6 times. I was A once and C 6 times.
I'm bouncing around the board. You've been in competition of sorts. Whatever it is you need to do, it's becoming increasingly obvious towards the end that your partner in this competition is unable to keep up with you and everyone else. What do? Focus your time and energy on helping them along. See if there's anything you can do to improve their performance, or if they're having trouble for a specific reason. Push yourself to work harder to make up for your partner's shortcomings and attempt to carry the team. I mean, if we're talking video games, for sure B. No, I'm just kidding. Try to do the best you two can. Even if you don't win, you'll cross the finish line together. Leave your partner behind. They're only weighing you down. You're sure you can come up with a way to win yourself.
Okay, this really depends. So there's 2 possible scenarios here I see, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's scenario 1 where the person isn't keeping up with us because they are not trying. And there's scenario 2 where they're trying, they just can't keep up.
I'm assuming that it's meaning that they're trying.
Yeah, that's what I said. And if they're trying, A, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a natural teacher. I love, like, teaching people things and helping people with things, you know. And if someone's struggling a bit, then I'm going to go help them. I'm going to go, hey, I'm going to try to get it so that, even if we don't win this competition, they can keep up next time, so that they've learned something from the experience. That's what I like to do.
I'm just not sure. I'm just trying to debate with them.
Yeah, obviously D if they're not trying. I mean, like, fuck them. I'm gonna keep going. But if they're trying, then A, which I'm assuming is is what's happening.
I'm
So
either
A for
thinking
me.
A or B, but I'm not sure if I have the patience to help them. Well, yeah, I think I'd help them along, knowing me. I'm not sure. I think I'll do A. Focus your time and energy.
C-C-C-C-A. It's my...
Some internet troll has been bad-mouthing your favorite interests. What? Who? Me? Not only that, but they have decided to message you directly about why what you love sucks. How do you respond? Take their message and twist it around, making a case for why you love your interests and defending it with your opinion, muddling the troll's original intent. That you call them out on their attitude and use them as an example of how not to treat other people's harmless interests. You love what you love, and no troll is going to change your mind. You intensely defend your interests and won't back down until the troll leaves you and those who enjoy it alone. You engage in an argument with them, taking it extremely personally and persecuting them until you stop hearing about them.
I'm A all the way. I've done this before.
Making a case for why you love your interests and defending it with your opinion, muddling the troll's original intent.
I'll see something, I'll see a message like that, and I'll reply and write a fucking wall of text about how much I like it, but it's my opinion and why I like it, and how you're totally obligated to have your opinion. You can do whatever you want. But,
you guys just know this
it.
is my opinion, right?
A whole fucking paragraph.
Fantanos' description of his.
So I'm A all the way.
I'm not sure. I think B, maybe.
See, I wouldn't do B. I wouldn't call them out on their behavior. I'd just be like, you don't, A would be my way to spite them, because I'd be like, well, this is my detailed explanation of why I like it, so there's literally nothing you can do to make me unhappy, so fuck off.
I think I'd just be like, yo, chill, homie. Like, you're obviously having a bad day. I think that's probably what I'd do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just like, yo, what you love sucks. I'm like, well, who shit in your cereal today? That's just me, though.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that I'd be very intense about it or take it personally. I'd be
neither.
like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. It's
I'd
my
be very
fucking
calm about it.
epithet. Sorry.
All right.
A long time after having lost contact, an old friend of yours has decided to keep in touch with again. How do you feel? Excited knowing that you left an impression on someone that lasted this long and made them want to talk once again makes you feel good. Good. It's always nice when you get in touch with people you haven't talked to in so long. See what they've been up to, share stories and like. Skeptical after hearing after having been gone for so long, you suspect they may want a favor of some sort or maybe after something. Smug knowing they want to be your friend so badly again makes you swell with pride. I think A.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, here's the thing. I usually am the one to contact people. But yeah, I think A. I mean, clearly, I would also do B. Because to see what they've been up to, share stories and like. But I think that's implied in A.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's always nice to know that someone wants to talk to me. Just like someone cares enough to want to talk to me. It's always nice. So A, sure, yeah.
Yeah, I think A for me. I think it's gonna be like, yay, they talked to me again. I thought they forgot I existed.
Exactly. This quiz probably shouldn't be taking as long as it is.
No.
We're a fourth of the way through.
Your best friends decided to throw a party and they're throwing all kinds of ideas to see what sticks. What do? I love like this little like fucking voice I'm doing.
Fucking voice.
My fucking voice. I'm so cool. You quickly join their brainstorming and hear their ideas, sifting through them and agreeing with what would make that best and most entertaining party for everyone involved. Suggest the things you would like to see in the party, adding to the growing pile of ideas. Trust your best friends to plan a great party and don't involve yourself unless you're extremely opposed to something they suggest. Take control of the planning and the organization, hoping you can satisfy all your friends. C.
A. No, I'm huge because like the thing is like A for me because the thing is I definitely will jump in and start brainstorming and jump in and help plan everything. Obviously, would make it the best and most entertaining party for everyone. It's not that I'm D and taking control of everything. It's A where I'm just like I want to be part of this. This sounds really cool. I'm gonna help this. What can I help with? I'm gonna do this. All right, cool.
Oh yeah, I'm not a planning type. You should know this by now.
I know.
I'm just like, I'm just gonna trust you guys and show up to the party.
I've got a fucking Excel sheet with every video I've ever uploaded and we'll upload.
I'm just over here like, wait, how many videos have we done to this point?
We've done...
I didn't mean that legitimately. I didn't mean it legitimately.
So upload on the channel as of today, which, the end of Homestuck just went up. The end of Homestuck was our 276th video,
God,
including repeats and unlisted videos, so it's a little less than that.
F's in chat for Homestuck, by the way. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with C. You find out someone you consider a friend has an opinion you're heavily opposed to. What's your first instinct? Try to explain why you think their point of view is incorrect, expecting them to understand they're not right. Expose your own point of view and work to debunk as many of their misconceptions as you're able to. Call them out on their misconceptions and assumptions, exemplifying with your own experience and reason. Try to push your point of view on them because you know you're in the right about this. You need to see they're wrong. It depends.
I mean, okay.
It depends how heavy of a subject we're talking here.
Sure. I mean, yeah, and honestly, I wouldn't say anything unless it came up. Like, if I was told this from a third party source, then I just wouldn't say anything about it unless it came up. You know.
I think it's one of those things where I'm not. I have friends who oppose me in views and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, certainly, exactly. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, like here's like, if I heard like a rumor or something, it's like, hey, so and so voted for Trump in 2016. It's like, I'm not gonna block them. I'm not gonna go up and be like, why did you do that? I'm not even gonna start a conversation about it, you know, because that's not my business. They can do whatever the fuck they want. I disagree. I wouldn't do it, but that's not my business. If it comes up in a friendly like conversation, then I'll talk about it. But I wouldn't like confront them, you know.
Yeah.
And I would see none of these are good for me. I think I might be D here because
Simplifying with your own experience.
certainly not A.
I think C might be me.
Expose your own point of view and work to debunk as many. I mean, I guess B is the closest to me. Because I want to be very clear that this isn't I'm not aggressive about it, and I try to, and I love talking about politics and I love talking about things like this friendly debates, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I would totally, if it came up in conversation, I would first open with my opinion why I think that way, and then I give them a chance to speak, and I don't interrupt them. I just let them speak about their opinion, and then I point out certain things. I play devil's advocate for certain things, and I try to reach understanding, whether that understanding is for one of us changing our opinion. Or usually, or us getting to a point where we understand why we disagree and agree to disagree. You know.
Yeah.
So I think B is the closest for me.
I'm not meaning call them out on like a rude way, but I definitely do be like, hey, like that's not exactly correct what you just said, sir.
Oh, I get you. Yeah. No, I mean,
like that.
I could totally see C.
And then
for you.
I'm just like, hey, so I understand why you voted for Trump, but at the same time, like, he's a dick. Look at all these fucking evidence, man.
I mean, it was Trump or Hillary, and I don't know which one I would prefer. I was so glad I wasn't able to vote in 2016.
That would have been a horrifying thing. How could you describe your relationship with those you love?
Also, I'd like to point out real quick that number 12 was the first time I got something other than A or C. My answers right now are C, 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 A, C, C, A, B.
How would you describe your relationship with those you love? I can't do shit right. I can't read my lesson. I can't do shit right. Taking antidepressants, illness, and welfare. Welfare robbed my adolescence. Answer a message.
Maybe can't answer a message.
Devoted. When you trust them, you trust everything about them. Will do anything for a good friend. Close. You share a close bond with each other because you have something in common you can bond over and are passionate about it. Strong. You care about their well-being and are ready to take action to ensure they're all right. Passionate. You give everything for them, which can sometimes come off a little bit too strong.
What's the difference between A and D?
A and what?
A and D.
D means that you give everything for them, and be too like you're devoted.
And A is you do anything for them.
Well, yeah, but like give everything. I think that just means like that you're coming off too strong, too fast. Like, which I do. So fucking boring. Maybe I'll see you in hell. Sorry, I have a neck deep song stuck in my head. But I'm
gonna go with A, just because I think there are definitely people in my life who I don't consider close friends, but I consider friends. You know, mm-hmm. I feel like for me, this is how this works, right? Because I feel like some people have acquaintances and friends and good friends, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I either have acquaintances or good friends. You know what I mean? Like, there are people who I'm like, oh, yeah, and I don't call my acquaintances friends, but really they're acquaintances. It's like, you know, people that I'm like, oh, I'll have a conversation with you and all that. But comes a point where you become a good friend from that directly, you know, and there's not really an in-between.
I think that I'm just, like, anybody that I talk to, I'm like, yo, you're my homie, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking run with it, you know what I mean?
Fucking A. A is me, for sure.
Fucking A, and would do
Hell
anything for a good friend. I'm trying to decide, because you have something in common, I mean...
Seriously, if a friend of mine who lived an hour away called me at 2 a.m. and was like, hey, I'm fucking doing really bad right now and I just need... I'd be like, all right, coming over. See you in 2 hours. Like 2 a.m, I would do it. I would do anything if somebody needed it.
I'm thinking maybe A or maybe D. Because I feel like sometimes with people that I love, I do come off a little strong. But I don't think...
I feel like the way I present it, it doesn't come off as super strong, even though it is super strong. And because I won't... Because I guess I won't do anything unprompted, I suppose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I won't go out of my way. I won't, you know, just randomly fucking... I won't just randomly fucking, I don't know, do something crazy for my friend that's, like, makes me go completely out of my way. But I will do anything they ask me to, and anything that I think they want me to do, or anything that I think they need.
But that's the thing with me.
It's like, I will help them out. Yeah.
I think with me, especially, like, with the things that I give people just out of the blue sometimes, like that computer I bought for my friend and that $200 I just threw at my friend just out of nowhere. Yeah. I think it's probably D.
See, I guess the thing is, because I still do buy things for people, but I guess the thing is when I buy something for somebody, it's not necessary. Like, it's either A, you know, for an occasion, like their birthday or Christmas or something, in which case I'll plan ahead. B, somebody else had the idea and I'm chipping in. Or C, I'm out at the mall with them and I impulsively am like, hey, want this? Here you go.
Yeah, I think I'm just impulsive in general.
Yeah, but I'll never plan, like, just to randomly get... I don't ever be like, you know, I think my friend needs this. I go to Amazon.com and buy it and give it to... Like, I won't do that, you know? Mm-hmm. It's like, if I'm hanging out with my friend, I'll buy them Starbucks, I'll buy them anything while we're out, you know, I'll pay for them because I want to, and, you know, but I won't necessarily just randomly, like, go to Amazon and buy something for them unless it's for their birthday, for Christmas, you know, some kind of event like that, or if somebody is like, hey, we're thinking of giving this person something for this reason, you want to help pitch in? And I'm like, sure, you know, it's like that kind of thing. So I think A is definitely better for me.
I think D works for me.
Cool.
Because I'm just, like, out of nowhere, like, hey, remember, like, that $1 million you said that you needed, that small loan you were telling me about?
Here you go.
Here you go. It's like, where the fuck did you find this bank robbery? But you didn't hear that from me. Your friends and you have decided to spend the evening.
Ask me when the statute of limitations runs out.
Your friends and you have decided to spend the evening watching something in the movie theater. What do? You suggest the movie you want to see the most. You give your opinion on which movies you would think would be the most entertaining based on what you've read online and your interests. You give some input on the choice and let them decide, only stepping your foot in if what they chosen is an awful movie. You let them decide and watch whatever movie they thought that would be the best for the evening. I think I'd be D.
I'm C. Because I am impulsive but also incredibly indecisive. Mm-hmm. So if it's like, you know, we're going to the movie theater, then I'd look at what movies are playing and be like, hey, I think I'd like to see these movies, you know, or this movie, you know, but, you know, do whatever you want, you know. I'd give my input, but then let them decide.
To be fair,
but if they're I want to see this franchise number 8, I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't want to see that.
I want to see Twilight,
but most of the time they pick something that I'm like, okay, sure, I'll watch it.
I don't think that I have much of an opinion on anything because I'll pretty much go and watch anything. I literally went and saw Frozen 2. Like,
I love Frozen 2. It was amazing.
It was a good movie, yeah, but, like, even before we knew that it would be a good movie, to be fair.
But I've got one issue with that. Was Arendelle the name of the city?
Yeah.
Okay, we've got one issue with Frozen 2. Arendelle should have been destroyed.
True.
The fucking water should have come and they should have destroyed the city, and then everything's fine after that, right? It's a peaceful ending where they can rebuild a new Arendelle and put the past behind them, right? That would have been so much better.
So you're going with C, right?
Like exponentially better. I'm going with C, yeah.
I really didn't care enough about it to be like, oh my god, they didn't end the movie right. friend of yours has begun a project you don't quite care about. However, as they've seen it's impossible for them to do it alone, they've asked for a little help through a group chat you're in. What's your reaction to your friend's request? Come immediately to their aid. Even if you don't care that much about their project, you're still their friend. They're relying on you to provide some help. Ask if there's anything you could do about the situation. You may not be the best suited to help with their project, but at least you're at least going to see what they need and if it's possible for you to lend a hand. Wait for other people to respond to their request first. If no one to help and they seriously need it, you may agree, but otherwise you'd rather stay out of it. Ignore the group chat completely under the guise you weren't paying attention. Only rejoin the conversation once the topic has been changed. Hopefully someone more suitable for the task will lend them a hand.
Got it. B for sure for me. Because it's not like, because I'm not the kind of person who will, jump in and take control of the project,
Mm-hmm.
Which I think A is similar to. It's like a jump, it's like, I think it's B is where it's like, oh, I'm sorry that you're struggling with this, if there's I'm not the best person to help with this project, because I don't really know too much about it and all this, but if there's something specific that you want me to help with, then I'll totally help, so I think I'm definitely B for this.
I don't know, because recently this happened where like my buddies were working on a video game that they were making.
Oh boy.
And like they like have a small team of like what was it, like 4, something like that. I think I was like 5th for a minute, but I tried, and I just didn't vibe with it, and like nobody was like putting forth any effort. No, it's just like
I think that's a perfectly valid thing, but it's not that you didn't try to help; it's that it didn't work out in the end.
Mm-hmm. So
I'd probably do the same thing.
Would it be more of an A thing or a B thing?
I don't know. But like I'm just saying that it, like, because you didn't ignore it. You did try to help, and then.
That's true, but I'm trying to decide whether it would be like
So it's more, how did you feel when you joined that?
I think ask if there's anything you do about the situation. I think A is what I did at the beginning, at least. Where I was just like, all right, let's go, whatever you need, and then like, just everything just didn't work out. My entire life was just like, yo, you remember all of the things that you should be doing? Yeah, do them and more. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Life, why are you doing this to me? It's like, because we fucking hate you, Jay. And I'm like, okay, that's fair. I hate me too. You've come with a solution to a problem your friend has been dealing with, which you're certain would be easily to implement and help them out notably. However, they're stubbornly ignoring your advice. What do? You try to change their mind some more, certain about this, and only have their best interests in mind. You push the solution harder on them. It's frustrating seeing them dwell on something again and again where they could just try your advice. You insist, but if you keep refusing your help, you're ready to slink away and evade the topic until they accept your help or solve their problem themselves. Try to solve their problem yourself. If they keep stubbornly refusing when you're certain it's the best, refusing what you're certain is the best solution, then somebody's got to do it. Oh God.
Oh no.
Oh God, I think A. Because I definitely wouldn't just slink away. That's just not me. Because I care too much.
God, I want to say A, but I think I might have to go with B just because I feel like there'd be a time after trying for so long and they're still not doing it where I'd just get depressed about it and I'd stop. Not because I don't want them to succeed, just because I would get depressed and be like, fuck, I can't do anything to help this. I'm so useless,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I guess A, it's just if I fail, I get depressed. Because I can't, because, it's not, because, it doesn't always end well, unfortunately.
I think I just care too much to be able to just drop it, is why I'm just like A all the way. A friend has shared information about an issue you're concerned about on social media, and you realize it's not too well known of an issue. What do? You can sadly not do anything directly, but hopefully by talking about it and spreading the word, you can bring awareness to it. You obsess over the issue and put every resource to your disposal to try and better it. No matter the cost, you think you can bring a change. Try to do whatever you can at the moment. Whatever little difference you can make on the situation is more than enough. You share your thoughts and ideas about practical solutions for the issue. Contribute in any way you can to minimize the issue as much as possible.
All right. I think I have to go with C, because I have a lot of shit I'm doing in life, and it's really hard for me to drop something, to go out of my way to talk about something in depth and to do all this stuff. But like, I'll go to protests occasionally, when I can, and I will tweet about things, like retweet something if I'm actually looking on Twitter, or I'll talk about it. I'll talk to people about it. but only when I can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't obsess over it too much, and I try to not let it depress me, and I do like try to put my priorities first, even though it's a very important issue.
Mm-hmm.
But I try to do whatever I can in the moment. You know, whatever I can do, I will do. You know, so I'm a C person.
I think I'm trying to think, right? Because like, I don't know, you try to do whatever you can at the moment, whatever little difference you can make on the situation, more than enough, or you share your thoughts and ideas about practical solutions for the issue and contribute in any way you can to minimize the issue as much as possible. But you can sadly do anything directly. Upset. I wouldn't obsess over it. I think I don't think that I could make a change. I don't think anyone can really bring change whenever. That's why I definitely can't do B. Because it's just like, it's not realistic for just one person to be like, I can make a change. Even if you have like all the people in the world backing you.
You can make a promise. You can make
sadly
a
do.
change. Okay, sorry.
Probably A. I can't do anything directly, but hopefully by talking about it, spreading the word, you can bring awareness. There's something that needs to be done of questionable morality, but it's something necessary for your well-being and the well-being of your group. Decide what you have to do it. Why? You compare the possible consequences of it versus the consequences of not taking action. You cannot allow yourself to sit idly and let yourself and your companions suffer. Certain of your convictions and your objective, and if you have the chance to change what you perceive as unfair, you will act without hesitation. You can't allow something bad to happen to those you care about, and you will break the rules if it's necessary to prevent it. Sometimes rules need to be broken for the greater good. If you don't care about consequences, and you don't care about consequences, if something needs to be done, you'll get it done. I think C.
Why is A such a Tourette's killing risk option? Like, exactly so.
I think C's me.
Yeah. Okay, because C and B.
I think the biggest reason that I would come down to friends, though.
You're right, C. I have to agree. You're right. It is the thing that I would care more about, even though yeah.
A friend of yours has been acting strange as of late. You're pretty sure there's something going on with them, but when you ask them, they tell you everything's fine. What do? You decide to insist. Your gut tells you they're not fine. You're going to help them through, even if you risk bugging them with your concerns. You can't help but pry a little more of that. Hunch of yours is going to keep bugging you until you get more concise answer. Your curiosity is getting the best of you. You reassure your friend you're there for them no matter what's going on, and they can share anything with you, but decide not to pry any further if they keep insisting they're doing all right. You decide to trust them and promptly change the topic, no reason to keep trying if they've already told you they're fine. Definitely not D.
It's C for me. Even though that it really hurts me. It's that some of my friends have literally talked about how, like, you know, even if they're not feeling too good, you know, like, do the best thing I can do for them, even if they don't admit it, is just to be there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think if they're feeling bad or if something's wrong, then bugging them about it's gonna make it worse, you know? So I'm the kind of person to see where it's like, where I say, all right, just so you know, I'm here for you if you want to talk about anything, and just be with them, you know, just sit there and yeah, like if I'm sitting next to them, I'll sit there. Maybe I'll like lean on them a little with my arm over them, you know, as long as they're comfortable with that, which most of my friends are. You know, it's
mine's
like
either A or B.
So C, I C, but I make extra sure they know that I'm there for them. You know, it's like the kind of thing where if they really aren't doing too well, then they will know that that's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Because it's like, because if they're not feeling well, then they hear me say, okay, well, just so you know, as I'm sure you know that I'm here for you always, and you can talk to me about anything. You know, I care a lot about you, and I want to make sure you're doing all right. And then, you know, give them a hug or something, you know, then that way I don't bug them about it, but also if they want to talk about it at any point, they feel welcome to be able to. You know, it's like, because A and B, like, that used to be something I did, but I learned very quickly that wasn't a good idea sometimes, and I just needed to kind of back off a bit. So as much as I wish that I could, like, police people into being okay all the time and bug them about it, you know, and be like, hey, I want you to be okay. You know, it's like I have to kind of be C and just make sure I'm there for them, you know, and that's the most important. So I'm C.
I think when it comes to me, is that I I'm too invested in other people, you know what I mean? So I can't just I can't sit idly by and let them be really not okay. And I mean, to be fair, that's hypocritical as fuck, because like I do the same thing where like I like honestly like I prefer to not have people bugging me, even though I know it's better for me whenever they do. But like I think,
I mean, yeah.
I'm not sure if I'd insist or if or it's more of a thing where curiosity. I think, I'm not sure. Am I more curious, or it's just the fact that I care? God, this is going really dark. Let's take the more optimistic approach. I care.
All right. Jake cares, everybody.
Wait, gotta take that back. I don't really care. It was a joke.
All right, halfway through Pog.
Going back. No, I'm just kidding. Someone you consider a close friend has betrayed your trust and seemingly turned against you. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh boy.
Oh no. It current
Yep.
events. Can't believe they did something like this. You're hurt, angry, you suddenly don't know what to think about your friendship anymore. Who else may betray you next? Or shocked, someone you consider a good friend would do this to you and try to appeal to them and see the reason why they would do such a thing. Try to be mature and take the blow. However, it's obvious you're hurt and heavily distracted by the situation. Try to suppress your feelings of sadness and anger, wallowing in the situation, trying to not snap back. And oh no!
D.
Oh
D.
no!
D.
Is D me?
I'm D.
I'm trying to figure out which one's me.
I won't like let anybody else know that I'm upset by it, and I'll just sit there depressed.
Because I've definitely ranted about said situation. In this hypothetical situation where someone would betray me. Oh God, I don't understand.
I mean, but you answered earlier that venting is what you do. It's like venting isn't the same thing as, you know, like confronting. Like you vent to people who you vent to people other than the person who did this to you, and in confidence. You know, it's not like it's not like I can't believe this person did this. I hate this. It's more like this is how I feel about it, and I just need to get this off my chest. You know.
Yeah. However, it's obvious you're hurt and heavily distracted. Oh, I'm definitely angry and hurt, and I don't know what to think about my friendship with them anymore.
And the thing with A is I don't develop trust issues. I don't think about who might betray me next.
Yeah, I haven't thought about that either. It's the thing. Or shocked, someone you consider a good friend. Try to appeal to them and see the reason. Nah, definitely not. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, it's confronting.
Nah, fuck that guy, dude. Try to be mature and take the blow. However, it's obvious. So, am I mature, or am I suppressing my feelings? Welcome to another episode of Do My Friends Hate Me, or Do I Just Need to Go to Sleep? God, I love John Mulaney, but
I can't. Yeah.
Am I mature, Ryan?
You are mature, yes.
However,
I think you are mature. No, it's not a however. It's a genuinely. I think you're very, very mature, especially for your age.
Would I try to? What, am I suppressing feelings? Not really.
No.
I don't think I'm suppressing feelings because I am quite angry. I just don't talk about it. So, but that isn't really suppressing, is it?
It's like, well, see, like how I do it is I rarely vent about this kind of thing in the moment, right? So I think you might be more C.
Yeah.
Because for me, I will suppress my feelings and I will get depressed, and then once I start getting out of that, then I'll vent about it.
Yeah, because I just like, especially lately, I've been venting about that a lot with people. It's just like.
I already have an answer for this one.
Oh God, you're about to start a board game with your friends, but first everyone needs to pick what figurine to represent their characters. You pick first and take the figurine you like the most before someone else takes it. Try on your favorite figurine and ask your friends if you can have it if they try to pick it up. Let your friend try to pick the figurine you wanted if they also wanted it, but otherwise go for it. Let everyone pick first before reaching in for whichever figurine you like the most. D for sure. I don't give a fuck.
I don't care. It doesn't matter.
It's a figurine, dude.
Yeah, I mean there are some that I like more, and when I get them, I'm like, cool.
How long until we get
care.
figurines? I want a figurine.
Iron and J figurines.
Iron and J U2s, let's go.
Let's make an Iron and J board game.
Iron and J board game and Iron and J U2s.
God.
Do you know what U2s are, Iron?
No.
U2s are like figurines specifically for YouTubers.
Oh.
You choose.
Fascinating.
They're great. It makes you.
I like how down in the similar it says which Homestuck troll are you and who's your mate's Matt's
Match.
the only good one on Quotev.
Who's your match Fred?
Love it.
I'll let everyone pick first. I really don't care. It's a figure.
Yeah.
You have recently joined a new social circle. It's quite enjoyable and you share a variety of interests, but everyone else has a shared interest with something you dislike or don't agree with. Despite this, you continue to hang out. Oh, God. Is this drugs? Because if this is just drugs, I agree.
I mean that's totally an interpretation. That's one example.
Even if you don't necessarily agree on everything, their points of view only add to your experience and let you see things from other perspectives. True. You enjoy sharing your shared interest and passion, but whenever the thing you don't agree with comes up, you feel left out. It's an easy way to ruin your mood. Spending time with them shows you why they enjoy it, and you begin minding it less and less. You actively and vocally express your distaste on the specific detail about them, hoping they may stop indulging in it for you.
Oh, I'm B 100%. No questions asked.
I think I'm A.
Like, just oftentimes in social situations, especially in bigger groups, I will feel left out a lot whenever people talk about something that I don't quite, I'm not quite able to participate in, you know, be it like something I don't know about or whatever, then I'll just start like getting depressed because I'll just be out of the conversation and I'll zone out and get depressed. Mm-hmm. It's a problem. It's why I don't talk in groups a lot, because I do that a lot.
I think when it comes to me, I just like I'm very open, and I'm not very sure about anything in this world yet. So anything that like other people disagree with me on, I'm just like, interesting. Let's listen to this for a while, and then like talk to them and be like, so why?
Hell yeah.
So I'm trying to decide whether it's A or C.
I mean, like I am the kind of person who, like, I'm not gonna say I dislike something until I try it.
Yeah. I think A is probably me.
Okay.
Because I like getting more life experience, my friend. During a competition, I love how every time I read a question, my entire fucking
love it.
Like inflection changes. During a competition, you left a good friend of yours behind. Oh no, little Jimmy, wait up! No, please. So that you could claim victory. Although you won, your friend tells you afterwards that they're hurt you left them behind. How do you react? Fuck you, dude! I earned this.
I wouldn't leave them behind.
I agree. I wouldn't have done that.
I would sit my ass right next to them and be like, "Hey, are you okay?"
I would have picked them up and like put them on my shoulders.
Carry them the rest of the way.
You definitely didn't mean to hurt them and feel bad about the situation. After making sure they forgive you, you promised to make it up to them in some way. Still happy you managed to win through their sacrifice and think it was worth it. It was competition after all. You tried to lessen the importance of having left them behind. You did what you felt like you had to do in order to win back then. In hindsight, back then, dude, it was like 5 minutes ago probably. Yeah. It was mean to leave them behind and apologize, but you earned the victory for the two of you, so it's alright. You regret having left them behind. You were so focused on the victory ahead, you didn't stop to think of how they would feel. Unwittingly or not? Unwittingly? You hurt a friend, and you will dwell on it for some time.
D. I'd be like, oh shit, oops, I'm so fucking sorry. This is gonna haunt me for the rest of my life.
Probably not the rest of my life, but I think I'd dwell on it
for the next quite some time.
I think for the next week, I'd just be like, shit.
Yeah.
After having followed a series for years, the ending is you left unsatisfied for some...
Did the person who wrote this like the ending of Homestuck? Because apparently some people didn't, which I didn't know.
Andrew Hussie, get good at writing.
I liked it.
That was a bold thing for me to say. You don't mind if the ending wasn't perfect for you as long as the others enjoyed it. You may even start liking it more after some time passes, and the journey was still very fulfilling to go through. You suppose everyone has their taste and their preferences, and the ending just didn't align with yours. You may dabble in the series again from time to time. You comment about how bad the ending was for a little while after the series ended, and soon stop talking about it. You simply move on. You're belligerently opposed to the ending, or very vocal about your distaste and opinion on it. Whenever the series comes up again, you can't help but remember the bad taste of Star versus the forces of evil. You fuck.
Yeah. I was gonna bring that up, but before that, I was gonna say, Jay, what did we say about Frozen 2?
I thought more about the Star versus the forces of evil because anytime I bring that fucking show
fucking
up,
agreed.
You fucking lose your shit.
It's the same thing. Yeah, no, the ending of that was horrible. Like Frozen 2's ending wasn't bad. It just could have been better, you know. But I'm still like, could have been better. With Star, fuck. It was horrible. And
Yeah.
I'm so upset about this.
I'm still angry about it whenever it's been, like 3 years
That
since
show was so good, and then it wasn't.
And
I
then
was
the
so
ending
sad.
just murdered it for you. But then again, I still
ruined it.
enjoy this show.
Yeah, I mean, the first 3 seasons were great. And there were some good things about season 4, but in general, the whole, like, the fucking ending was horrible. Jesus fuck. It would have been a good ending if there was a season 5. But planning that ending as an ending to the series was stupid.
I think A's me.
It was so bad.
Because
How about you
I
take a guess
really
at what
don't.
mine is?
No, Iron's actually A too. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is I'm D, except for I tend to like most endings, and it's quite a high bar for an ending to be bad, you know. Like, it
Yeah,
has to be very bad
I
for me
just
to hate
like
it.
endings can be bad, but I really don't care enough. I mean, if I enjoyed the rest of it, why should the ending ruin it for me? You know, it's the same with that show, How I Met Your Mother. The ending was horrible, but I still enjoy the show anyway.
Still haven't seen it.
It's a good one. It's a really good one.
I've heard.
I am Barney Stinson. You and your friends have gotten together for something. A gaming session. A gaming session. Session.
Watching sports ball.
Watching sports ball. Something you all share an interest in. God, I don't you love whenever we sit down and watch some sports ball, Ian? That's my favorite thing we do in our pastime. The time to eat has come, and you're tasked with dividing the pizza in equal portions before bringing it to the table. Your hand slips, however, and one of the pizza slices ended up noticeably bigger than the rest. What do? You offer the biggest slice to your best friend, or let your friends decide who gets it. You tell your friends about the cutting mishap, but ask, since you were the one to cut it, if you could have the bigger slice, hoping they'll let you take it. You don't keep the slice for yourself, but you don't say anything about it either, letting them take whatever slice they prefer. Subdivide each portion of pizza so you manage to even out the slices and make it less noticeable. You still aim for the slightly bigger looking portions once it's on the table, though.
Okay. I was sold on D for the first half, but the second half I don't aim for the slightly.
Yeah, they had us in the first half.
Or do I? Wait a second.
Oh, you dick. To be fair, you can't eat pizza, you vegan fuck.
Hey, there's vegan pizza.
Nobody cares about vegan pizza.
Some people do.
Name one person other than yourself.
My friend
Fucking. Fuck.
Taya will eat it occasionally.
Fucking.
Well, I mean, because
Fucking Michael P. No one asks.
Don't dox.
Don't dox.
But
Is that doxing?
yeah, maybe I'll just bleep the name I said in that. But because I don't think anybody knows that that's his real name on the internet.
Christ.
But yeah. Anyways, when I was younger, and we were younger, and I think it was 4th, 5th grade and all that, I went over to his house all the time, and we would play Roblox and shit.
Oh, dear God.
And his mom would always go to Whole Foods and buy us a vegan pizza, even though they were not vegan or vegetarian. They always buy us a vegan pizza from Whole Foods, and we all loved it. It was great. Yeah, I mean, and honestly, like Blaze Pizza is I like Blaze Pizza a lot. Also, my favorite fucking pizza place that has vegan pizza is the Buddy's Detroit style pizza. Oh, it's so good, so good. Seriously, even people like non-vegans in my family eat it, have eaten it, and are like, wow, this is actually really good. So, don't hate on vegan pizza until you try it.
Fuck vegan pizza.
The thing with a lot of people, because like whenever the idea of vegan cheese comes up, for example, everyone's immediately like, fuck vegan cheese, it's horrible, right?
Yeah.
To which I almost completely agree. 90% of vegan cheeses are fucking horrible. But there are a few that are good. It's just the expensive ones, unfortunately.
Imagine buying expensive cheese. Couldn't be me.
Isn't cheese kind of expensive already?
I don't know anything about buying cheese.
Like fancy cheese?
I really don't care enough to...
Okay. But yeah, anyways, I think... I guess here's the thing, right? Typically with pizza, we get it from places that are already divided. They cut it for us, you know? To be honest, I'd be like, hey, I'm bad at cutting. Can someone else do this? God. Honestly, I think C is the closest. I just don't say anything about it. And if it's the last one, I'll take it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm C.
I think
I know I said D earlier, but I'm C.
I think you tell them about the mishap, but since you offered, you don't keep the slice to your brother. I think C.
I yank the slice for myself immediately and have the rest.
That'd be me.
Come on.
After having been working together on a project for some time, your mistakes have made your friends turn against your ideas. They begin shutting you down, telling you what your input isn't needed, and eventually that you can't contribute to what they're doing anymore. You take it quite heavily and isolate yourself from your friends for the time being, dwelling on what prompted them to kick you off the team and thinking of ways to regain their trust. Begrudgingly accept their decision, but still stay in the periphery of the project, not wanting to give up so easily and thinking you can still provide some sort of help. Still continue to trying to give them your input and thoughts, trying to show you your value to the team, and they're making a mistake by casting you aside. Actively work to try and one-up them yourself. They're definitely in the wrong. You're going to prove that you can do it better than you think they can. They think you can.
I mean, I've never had this happen because I like to be very transparent and like to make sure everyone's doing well, you know?
Yeah.
But I think A would be me if it actually happened. Even though it's never happened to me, and I try to avoid this happening.
I think A, yeah.
And I wouldn't isolate myself as being like, oh, blah, blah. I'd isolate myself like out of embarrassment, you know?
Yeah, I'd just be like, oh, that sucks.
I don't want to see them because
I'm gonna move on for a second and just keep. I'm just gonna stay out of their way. Would be my quote unquote isolation. You're in a class you're not fully grasping. Maybe the teacher's explanations aren't good, or perhaps they're going too fast. Whichever the case,
I'm kidding.
Feel you're falling behind. Oh, you dick.
I'm kidding. I can relate in a lot
You
of
feel
situations.
you're falling behind. Fucking Japanese. What do you do? Okay, let me read these answers. Try harder to understand the concept you're not quite getting, but can't bring yourself to delay the class to repeat an explanation to you and feel awkward about asking those around you. Ask for help to your closest friends since they seem to be grasping it better than you and trust a more casual explanation from them will make something click. Reread your own notes and the information present on your books, compare them to that of your peers, and trying to find what it is you're not getting. Continue taking notes that you have, trusting that a later reread and analysis in a slower environment and practical activities, including the subject you're not getting, will help you understand.
Where's I get confused and drop out?
You dick.
Seriously, man.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, B. If I was in a class, that happened with physics and chemistry a lot, where I would be like, hey, this thing, can you help me with this? So yeah, I think B. I take it to my friends, but I don't delay class. I just talk to my friends after class about it, you know. Because I definitely think, yeah, I do B, for sure.
B, yeah, I think B would be me.
Typically, I mean, but wait a second.
Where's the ask the teacher, because a lot of people do that.
I mean, I'm guessing this is more of a lecture, you know.
Yeah.
Because, you know, college lectures can have 100 kids in them, you know?
That's true, and it's impossible to be like, hey, teacher, man, take me by the hand, take me to the land. I hope you understand.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think B is the closest for me, even though that might not be completely accurate. And I think a lot of the times, I don't know, it's hard for me to care about subjects that I'm not interested in.
Mm-hmm.
But I care deeply about subjects that I am interested in. I'll, you know, I don't know, whatever.
I think I just asked the people around me at that point. I'd be like, yo, would anybody have any idea what the fuck this guy's saying?
Mm-hmm.
An event of some sort you think you would enjoy assisting is happening soon. It's a little far away, however, and for some reason your car being busted having no means of transportation, you need someone to drive you there. What do you do? Excitedly insist about the event and drag someone along as your driver so you can attend it. Try to find a partner that'd be similarly excited about the event and hitch a ride with them, or otherwise ask someone you trust to please get you there. Lament your inability to go to the event and how excited you were about it, hoping that someone will take you pity and offer to drive you there. Give up the idea of going to the event. If you have to rely on someone to bring you there and back, you can deal with not assisting in the first place? B. But then again, I've done C, but I'm not proud of it. It's like, dang, I wish I could go. And then, like, people were just like, hey, you want to go? And I was like, yay. Which was admittedly a dick thing to do, but still.
I'm thinking. That's B, certainly.
Yeah.
Because I try to, I'm gonna look around.
Because I'm not gonna drag somebody along who doesn't want to be there. You know what I mean?
I want to find somebody like seriously. What I do is I'd be like, hey, is anybody else interested in this thing? Oh yes. How about it? Do you want to go? Oh, you don't have the money to drive there. Here, how about this? I'll cover the gas money if you drive me. That's what I do.
You suddenly feel inspired to draw and make fan art of your favorite series before posting it online. While people seem to like it before posting it on. So there's a small but vocal amount of people criticizing your art. How do you react? You feel discouraged because of the hate, but knowing others have enjoyed it and are praising and sharing it makes for having drawn it worth it. You completely disregard the haters. Yeah, fuck the haters. You know your work is good, and all this unwarranted criticism is only going to spite you and make you do more pieces like this. You try not to let the criticism bring you down, but you try to see why people seemingly don't like what you're doing. Taking notes to maybe improve your art in the future. You only take note of the constructive criticism, or your art is personal, not everyone has to like it. There's always room for improvement, but if all they have to say is shallow insults, they may as well not be saying anything. I think D.
Yeah, I think D, because I definitely, if someone's like, you suck, then I'm like, I don't care, you know? But if someone's like, I think this could be better, you know, it's cool.
It's like
that
like, guy, okay, Miles
cool,
McKenna. He's like, not everybody's gonna like you. If you don't like me, then obviously I'm probably not gonna like you either. Type thing, you know. I just think.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, it's like it just sure. Yeah, in small words. I don't want to. We're only 3/4 of the way through, and we've already been recording for a while, so I'm gonna not talk too much longer. Let's go.
You have been struggling with something as of late, and it's becoming noticeable enough that a friend has offered to drop what they're doing right now to help you. What do you do? This has never happened to me before because I'm always happy, folks. It's just how it is. As a totally real human being, you don't want to bother them, but if they're certain, you're more than happy to take their help and appreciate the meaningful gesture deeply. You refuse their help. If you can't do this by yourself, then you don't deserve to finish it in the first place. You need to improve yourself. You accept their help, and anyone that wants to lend a hand with what you're doing is more than welcome. You trust your friend's advice and will let them guide you along, but you prefer dealing with things yourself.
Okay. First of all, I'm totally the kind of person to offer this. I'm like, hey, I can do whatever I can drop this to help you, right? But as a fucking hypocrite that I am, I will feel so bad if someone else did that for me. Yeah. You know, so it's weird because I want them to help me, but I will never admit that because I don't want them to feel like they have to help me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's the kind of thing where I'll be like, don't worry about it, I'm okay, and then like I hope that they'll do it anyways.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, it's like if someone's like, hey, like, do you need someone to come over and talk to, or, you know, to hug, or, you know, do you need to go on a walk, you know, do you want me to go on a walk with you and all that, then I'll be like, oh, I'm fine. But then, like, I hope they're like, no, come on, like, let's do it. Like, that's weird. I want people to bug me. But I would never bug anybody else.
Yeah, weird. For sure.
So it's so hypocritical, and I need to learn to ask what I want more. So there's not really I guess A is where I want to be, and it's what I also am happy to take. Like, I want them to help me. Because B is refusing, and it's like, I actually don't want. You know, it's like. I think I'm gonna go A, even though it's not perfect, but it's more closer to what I want. You know, I want them to help me. It's just that I feel bad, and I don't want to bother them. You know.
I think A is probably me too. Yeah.
Well, for B, it's like refusing and not wanting to.
It's like, I think at first I'd be like, I don't want to bug you, but then they'll be like, you're not bugging me, and I'll be like, okay, bud.
Yeah.
When you're playing a game, forming part of a team with other people, you often try to make yourself as useful as possible to the team by doing whatever's needed the most, regardless of your own desires. Stick to a role you're familiar with that you know you'll benefit your team as a whole the most. Do whatever you think you're most effective at, but consider other options if your team's not doing too well. Play what you want regardless of the situation, letting your teammates work around you rather than the other way around. When it comes to video games, it depends. I think whenever it comes down to it in video games, I think the people that I play with, especially when it comes to shooter games and stuff, like, we all have been playing with each other for so long. We always just, like, click and know who's doing what. So it doesn't feel like at that point, oh, you have to work around me or anything. Like, we just click.
I think, well, yeah, I mean, I don't play team games a lot. I think I would have to go C.
Yeah.
Because, like, for example, I guess the only real, like, team game that I've ever played and, like, was at one point not completely horrible at was Overwatch.
That's what I was about to say. I knew you were going to say that. I was about to be like, what are you going to say, Overwatch? And then you said Overwatch. And
because,
I was like, hey.
Yeah, because I had friends who were really into it and got me into it, you know. And, you know, I had fun playing. It's, you know. And I feel like with that, you know, like, there are some characters, like, I'm not too good at support characters, at healing and all that, you know.
Yeah.
So I won't play those unless nobody else wants to play them, and then I'll be like, all right, well, I'm gonna suck, but I'll try my best, you know. Mm-hmm. So I'll start with trying to be. I'm usually the best at, like, Sombra or Pharah, which I guess are DPS characters, aren't they?
I guess. I
like Sombra a lot, and I like Pharah a lot. But yeah. Then I'll play. I like Reinhardt and what's her name, Orisa as well. The tanks.
I totally understand how Overwatch works.
God, Jay's a traditional shooter type of guy. He doesn't like Overwatch.
I never said I hated Overwatch.
No, I know.
I've just never had the opportunity to get into it.
Overwatch is cool because it's strategy based, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, like, more strategy than just, like, you know, planning where everybody's going to be, because you have to actually actively switch characters throughout the match in order to one up your teammate, you know? Mm-hmm. Or your opponents, because you don't know what their team formation is going to be until you meet them up in the field. And then you're like, oh shit, they have a Bastion. I better get a Pharah to try to you know, take them out, you know? Mm-hmm. And you have to actively adapt your team to be at an advantage. You know, both teams can do this.
I think I'm more of a B person. Mm-hmm. I think I'm very familiar, especially whenever it comes to certain games like that.
Yeah, I mean, you play team games a lot more than I, so that would make a lot of sense.
It's not the thing where it's just like, oh, I think I'm the better than everyone else. It's just like, I know what I'm good at. Like it's even whenever we're playing video games, whenever whenever we're playing like a battle royale or something, it's like there's a sniper on the ground, instantaneously everyone's like, all right, give it a J, let's go. It's like I know what I'm good at, and everyone else knows what I'm good at, so we just run with it.
Yeah, and I think that makes a lot of sense for you. For me, it's definitely C though.
You're doing something that falls in your field of expertise, confidently following what you think you should be doing. When an unexpected mishap happens in the end, everything is solved, but you can't keep that mistake off your mind. What's your reaction? Wonder about all you've done up until now similarly, and it would have been just as easy to make a mistake then. Doubts about your capability and planning plague you, but you push through them to try and better yourself next time. You replay the scenario in your mind and try to rationalize it. If it was a mistake of your own or a product of the circumstances, that you may avoid this mistake in the future. Try to find the flaw in your methods. You don't want to make a mistake like this again. You need to find what you overlooked. Feel frustrated. Overthink what could have happened if things didn't end up all right either way. And deeply concern yourself and assuring next time it will be different.
What do you think?
I'm trying to think.
I got my answer, but I've been saying it first a lot, and I don't want to influence you at all.
Wonder about all you've done up until now. You replay the scenario in your mind, try to rationalize it if it was a mistake of your own. You feel frustrated or overthink what could have happened if things didn't end up all right either way. I think I'm probably D.
I'm for sure C.
Yeah?
Yeah. No, I mean, like, because people make mistakes, and I'm okay if I make a mistake, but I want to look back at my work and figure out exactly why, where, and when I made a mistake, you know? Mm-hmm. And you know, take effort to not make that mistake again. And I'm not upset about it. I just try to analyze it and try to figure out how to not make that mistake in the future. So, yeah, I think I'm definitely C.
I think I just, like, overthink it and think of, like, what if it didn't end up well, you know? And just, like, and just try to make sure it doesn't happen again. That's why I'm picking D. Anyway, you're thinking about buying something for a friend's birthday, but aren't exactly sure what to get them. In the end, you decide to give them something deeply personal and handcrafted, something you know they'll enjoy. Give them something you would want, regardless of how different the two of you may be. Give them something you think they need and could make use of. Or give something about after asking a mutual friend what you should buy them. Probably D.
I guess D's the closest. Really, I would just say it straight up, ask them.
Yeah, that's fair.
Honestly, like, because, I mean, surprises are nice and all, but seriously, you know, sometimes somebody needs something. You know, seriously, it's like, hey, so your birthday's coming up. I want to get you something. I don't really know what to get you, but is there something that you need right now, something that you really like, then I'll get it for you. You know, it's like, I like to be transparent about it, because a surprise is nice, but if you surprise someone with something they don't want or wouldn't like as much, then it's better to get them what they want, you know, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what was my answer? I
You
don't
said
remember the
D,
letter.
right?
D, okay.
I can go
don't
back.
know which is which.
Give them something after a mutual friend you should buy. Okay,
that's the closest answer.
Your friend is having issues with something, and given you know about them more than they do, they ask you for help regarding their problem. You're definitely better than them, but by no means an expert. You're definitely better than them. My thoughts exactly. Every time I talk to Ian, Mr. Siwick, God, fuck that Ian guy. Jesus. Show them how to solve their problem, helping them through the process until they're satisfied with the end result. Take care of the situation. If they really need you to lend a hand, then you might as well fix their problem and get it over with swiftly. Make sure you're fully aware of what the issue is and how to solve it before explaining to your friend the process they need to follow. Tell them what you think they should do to fix their problem or what you should do in their situation, and trusting experiences on the matter.
I'm definitely a C.
Probably if you make sure you're fully aware of the issue.
Because it doesn't help anyone to solve people's problems for them.
Mm-hmm.
They won't grow, you know. With C, it's like, I will help out my best, but I'm not going to help out by fixing a problem for you. I'm going to walk you through how you can fix it.
I think
how you can solve it. I guess it's more the teacher of me, right? It's like, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm going to tell you how to do it.
Things you should do to fix their problem. What do you think I should do to fix it? What you would do in this? I think I'd do D. I think I'd just be like, this is what I do, but you don't have to take that fully. I'm just like kind of an anecdote, but not at the same time. A hypothetical anecdote, I guess you could say.
That's fair.
You're sat with your family during a meal. Everyone's going about the business when you notice the last solitary chip left on the plate in the middle. You reach for it quickly before anyone else can. Wait for a second in case everyone who's already set their sights on it before reaching for it. Ask if anyone wants the last chip and offer it to anyone who wants it. Only eating it if everyone else leaves it for you. Outright refuse to eat the last chip, even if someone offers it to you. You wouldn't do any. I think I'd do C.
Yeah, C. I have a friend of mine who will do D. D with literally anything. The last drop of a drink, the last anything. They just won't.
I think I'd just be like, yo, anybody want this?
C.
And if they say,
yeah, does anyone want it? No. You sure? And then I asked you, are you sure, like twice? And then I eat it.
Yeah, pretty much. When it comes to your interests, you dabble into them extensively. You invest a considerable amount of time in what you love. Has influenced you how you are currently, and you will eagerly share it with those who are interested in learning about it. Routinely engage with them. You spend a fair amount of time doing what things relate to your interests if they are things that resonate with you. Indulge in them when you can, as long as there's nothing souring your mood. You can lose yourself to the enjoyment for quite a bit. Are passionate about them, however, as much enjoyment as it brings to you, sometimes it feels like there's something preventing you from fully enjoying yourself or holding you back from doing what you love. A. What? What are you laughing about, little shit?
It's just so obvious. It's A.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking. Oh god, my interests literally overwhelm my life. It's great.
My interests are my life. That's why I'm spending my life doing nothing but my interest. Like
that's why we've spent the last hour and a half taking this class quiz.
That's why I've spent the past fucking 3 or 4 years working on an album.
Yeah. Fucking hell yeah. All right, A it is.
A. You have been tasked.
4 questions left.
You've been tasked with something important, finding yourself leading a group of people to finish a project. What's your biggest concern? You worry about letting your team down. And that time you spend, blah, 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 blah. Wait. Let's start over. And that time you spend helping nudge others in the right direction may delay the process. If you're not being up to the task, and while you have some ideas about where to lead the project, you aren't sure how much they'll add to it once it's finished. You don't want to deliver a bad product and aren't sure you can accomplish what you your realized vision properly. You're concerned about pushing yourself and your team too far in order to deliver the finished product properly. And that the time you spend helping nudge others in the right direction may delay the project. If you're not being up to the task, while you have some ideas where to follow the project, you're not sure how much they'll add to it once it's finished. You don't want to deliver a bad product. You're not sure if you can come because you're concerned about pushing yourself and your team too far in order to deliver the project you finish properly. I think mine's A.
Leading a group of people to finish a project.
Because I've done it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, none of these are perfect, but I think A is the best.
Yeah, because I definitely worry about it and be like, shit.
It's not that I might delay the project, it's that I'm worried that it won't get done.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah.
A friend of yours is about to rush into a situation that could be detrimental to them and your group as a whole. You haven't been able to talk them out of it and can, in fact, empathize with the reasoning to do this. You also don't want to see them get hurt. What do? You consider the situation before they depart and talk to them about minimizing this. You offer advice and comment on what you think they should do before they go. You decide to tag along to intervene if things get a little bit dicey. You take the initiative and directly push them along to ensure things go smoothly.
Okay, they're about to rush into a situation that could be detrimental to them and your group as a whole. You've been able to talk them out of it, and you can, in fact, empathize with the reasoning, but you don't want them to get hurt. So...
I think C.
You consider it, and you offer advice, or you decide to tag along.
I think
C.
I think I just come along and be
like,
but
I have to be there with you. Gotta help you with this.
You've been stuck in a bad situation you can't escape from for a while now. How does it weigh on you? It's depressing and it makes you shut yourself away from your surroundings, changing the way you interact with others. It's tough to go through, but with the help of your friends, you can eventually break free. It's frustrating and hard to bear. You need to get out of the situation quickly and are trying to find ways to do so. It's oppressive and slowly erodes away at your agency and will want to do it, and your will to want to do things, making it harder to escape from that. What do you mean?
This is too real.
Is this really a hypothetical? This doesn't.
This is the past year and a half of my life.
This is the past however long of my life.
No, I guess a year, right? Just all of COVID.
Yeah, pretty much. I think it's gonna make you shut your way. They're changing the way you interact with others. I mean, for a bit it did.
D.
And your will to want to do things, making it hard to escape from that than it already is. It's tough to go through.
I feel so fucking unmotivated.
I think B's me right now, at least.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really tough, the things that happen, but I think I'm definitely just gonna have to keep moving.
That is very respectable, and I'm very happy for you. For me, it's like I don't really see a way to break free.
I'm breaking free. We're soaring.
It's another very depressing thing, but just about the future and how I'm scared. But yeah, okay, you're BMD. Sounds good. Jay, I feel like a third of these questions we've answered the same. The other 2/3 were different.
I don't know. You're babysitting a young family member. Their parents gave you a list of chores for the child to do, but it's obvious the kid is not exactly inclined to do them. What do? You do the chores for them, show them that they're not hard things to do, and hope they learn from you that they should be helping out. Demand them to do their chores. While the parents are out, you're the figure of authority, and they will treat you as one. Explain that they should be doing their chores, and the easiest way to get them done and leave them to it, hoping they'll complete their task. Supervise them so that they may do their chores, guiding them along as they go to make it less boring. D,
yeah. Hell yeah. All right, Jay, what's your class?
I'm amused?
What?
That came out of nowhere.
Wait, the passive master class?
What do you...
Commanding void passively?
Okay,
first of all, we shouldn't take this test at face value because we know that it's a fan test. But that's something we're going to start with. But now we're gonna check out.
Oh wait, we don't.
You can click link again from that tab, yeah. All right, now we can
tell me your
enter all
answers.
my questions in. All right, ready?
Mm-hmm.
C.
Jesus fucking Christ.
A. C.
I'm not having fun.
A.
Jesus Christ.
A.
Jesus Christ.
B. A.
God.
C. B. A. C. C.
Oh dear God.
C.
How many C's?
D. D. B. D. D.
One A B C D. All right, there it is.
C. A. B. B. D. A. C. C.
C.
D. C. C. A.
Wait.
You click B. Go back.
Okay.
A. A. C. D. D.
Self.
Sylph. I don't know anything about these. All right.
Now
Okay, so how do we go about this? So do we want to read the ones that we got from the quiz first and then read the rest? Or?
Sure. So I'm a passive masterclass.
Interesting.
I mean,
Calliope's class.
I am a god. It's true.
Isn't Miss Paint also a muse? I feel like I remember that.
I feel like she probably is when it comes down to it. Those born with the role of the muse are marked by martyrdom. They may feel at times when the world is out for them, even if they have done nothing wrong. They blame themselves for others' actions and their own inaction. Oh, God. While they may dwell on self-deprecation, acceptance of the cruel world. Muse's life need to be surrounded by misery. Their biggest strengths are their friends, their love, the ties they form with them, and how they express themselves. They are talented and amicable, understanding of others, and if allowed to blossom, their love for others and their interests know no bounds. It's just their friends are inspired by them and seek to remain together. A muse may need to trust their friends and accept their help to fully mature and escape a less than desirable situation. At their best, they are creative, encouraging, and easy to get along with. At their worst, they can be solitary, pessimistic, and actively suppress their own emotions. Wait a minute. Muses are shaped by their aspect, and much of their aspect is shaped by them. Their environment and others hold an intense force over them, which may at times seem oppressive. At the same time, they can be a source of inspiration and strength for them. If backed up by their friends or with enough conviction, a muse can exert as much force back into their environment as it does on them. Ideals, their thoughts, their actions resonate with everyone they know. It's a tug of war between the friends of the force of the world trying to shape them against their own power to make things they want to. Even if a muse feels useless and like they aren't contributing to anything in their team, they needn't worry, as their mere presence evokes a powerful drive upon everyone they know. Being one of the master classes, muses are the most passive class on the spectrum. Really? As opposed to the Lord, and much like them, a muse's strengths lie in commanding. Their aspects exert a powerful force over them that shapes the muse's world, so much so that they come to embody the very forces of their aspect, and firing those around them through the forces.
Yeah, it's not like you're actively doing it. It's that it's a passive effect.
Oh, and
it's not passive as in I'm not doing anything. It's a passive effect versus you actively.
Their interactions with it and within their very presence exerts power, and everything they do is influenced in just the same way. Muse should be careful not to embrace martyrdom. However, it's in their nature to be self-sacrificial to aid those around them. While this may be a way, their presence is always appreciated, not outright needed in their grip. Never longer Muse, for even at their worst, they are never truly alone.
How is that so accurate for you, Jay?
How did no one guess this?
How did no one guess this, and how is this literally 100% you? This fits you better than Void does.
That's a good point.
Oh my god.
That's pretty poggers.
Okay, I hope mine is as good.
So I'm definitely a muse, but we're going to have to recheck and see if Void's actually the move. Roll the creator. You are a passive
also
creator.
Passive, yeah. So wait, what's the active creator? Oh, the witch is the active creator, isn't it?
Yep.
Which people have actually talked about witch. As a guess. I don't know if anyone's guessed the sylph. Maybe somebody has. I don't remember. Okay, those born to the role of the sylph are meddlesome by nature. They enjoy being aware of what's going on with those around them and can come off as bothersome when they start prying where they shouldn't. with rich internal lives. They are passionate about their interests and will gladly share and overshare with those they trust, yet may appear to alienate themselves from the rest. An open book for the ones they love, an inscrutable riddle for the rest of the world. Sylphs tend to act for the benefit of what they think is most important, be it for other people, their beliefs or convictions, or even when their help may not be wanted, even if their means are questionable. At best, they are patient and gentle, bringers of unity and courage to their circles. At the worst, they can be Machiavellian, invasive, and petty. I am so fucking petty, Jay.
Yeah, I know. Fucking big dick.
Sylphs are heavily tied to their aspect, light. Even more so than the other classes. Holy shit, Jay. With them, their aspect makes up an integral part of their lives and shape them to a great degree. Whether it be knowledge, friendship, faiths, survival, a Sylph's affinity may range from the characteristic to the borderline obsessive. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. They're most comfortable when allowed to engage in their interests, and given enough relevance and importance, they may become one of the most powerful forces you could hope to have on your side. A restrained Sylph will, however, often find themselves held back from becoming relevant, fading into obscurity as they wait for their time to shine, and perhaps eventually breaking through what binds them to assist themselves where they rightfully belong. So, being one of the creative classes, Sylphs are the passive counterpart to maids. Oh, maids is... Okay.
Oh.
So, no, witch is control, isn't it? Not creative.
Yeah.
Okay. And similar to them, their strengths lie in making things, in creating, increasing, expanding, or otherwise improving their aspect or through their aspect. Their power sets are strongly suited towards healing, repairing, empowering, or enabling the group to continue fighting. Don't let that make you think they are only suited for the backlines, however. If the mage who take a direct action, a Sylph channeling their aspect is a force to be reckoned with. They will fight for their cause, and for those they love, they will keep going until victory is achieved or until they drop dead. Fuck yeah, Jay.
Yes, sir.
I am a Sylph of light, and you are a muse of void. That's like almost... Fucking, how accurate is that? Jesus Christ.
God, the fact that everyone was thinking I was a knight is kind of wet.
All right. Before we read in the rest, I'm going to go to the Discord real quick, and I'm just going to say, hey, I'm not going to say what it is. I'm just going to say, hey, we took the class test. Not gonna reveal results immediately. But we haven't even read the other options. And both of our results fit us fucking scarily.
Agreed.
Like, holy shit, man.
Like, why did no one think of that?
Right?
Like, for me especially, like at least people had talked about yours. Not even a single person was like, yo, that one might work.
Nobody considered that. I have to add Muse and Lord to the Discord because I forgot to do that.
Because I'm the god of the server. It's true. I mean, I am.
Oh,
I am
you're such a muse of void.
I'm a master class, sir.
I love it. I love it, Jay. It's so good. Okay, we gotta read the rest.
I am the master class. It's just how.
Wait. Did it show on the bottom like what you're most similar to?
Your answers. You're a muse. You're or.
Oh wow.
Wait, what? You're a Sylph. You're an heir.
So Muse is slightly higher than Sylph, but I think Muse fits you more than the Sylph description.
I agree. You're an heir.
Because the thing is, the Sylph is tied to their aspect. You're not as tied to your aspect.
Agreed.
Wait a second. I have to check something.
What?
Oh, wait, never mind. I got it. Never mind.
You're an heir. I was almost an heir. I could have been a rogue.
Mm-hmm.
Been a knight.
You're not a waste, Jay.
Yeah, I'm not a waste of space. I'm zero waste.
Zero waste.
I want to know how much of a waste.
Wait, how much of a waste am I?
Hey, you're not a waste either. Let's go.
Oh my god. Rogue is the second and Muse is the third.
Interesting.
Honestly, because like Muse isn't like your description is like, it's not quite me, but it's close. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're
sure.
Holy shit, Jay. We are ENFPs with the opposite aspects and classes that we both got each other's class as like a second running up or third running up.
Kind of terrifying.
What the fuck?
To be fair, the ones we did get, I think, fit us the best.
I think it's because of our aspect that decides, right?
Yeah.
I think it's still for me because I'm a light player, even though I didn't enter that, you know. Although we should check out Rogue because maybe that'll be interesting. For me at least.
Check out Rogue.
Because we read. I might have to just open a new tab. Oh yeah, no, actually, yeah.
Yeah, we can just click these. You're a rogue.
All right. Do you want to read this and then we can alternate?
All right. Those born with the role of the rogue are naturally rebellious. They don't take kindly to the shackles their society puts on them, and rather do things their way than be bound to an order they don't agree with or simply not care much about, whether it be through direct action against the system or abstracting themselves in their own worlds and interests. As such, rogues tend to isolate themselves as a way to deal with stressful situations or distance themselves from others. This doesn't mean they are solitary by nature, however, while selective about those who they interact with. Not me! They're passionate, open, and friendly with those who they love, creating strong romantic and platonic bonds that are hard to break. Rogues live for the well-being of their small social circle and aren't afraid to get their hands dirty if they manage to aid them. At their best, they are generous, receptive, and hold strong ideals and convictions. At their worst, they can be impulsive and apathetic. Rogues may use their aspect as a way to isolate themselves from their societies and their circles, which can be toxic to them in excess. However, casting it away is not the solution, as a more moderate interest in it. A good understanding of it can turn into a more healthy relationship with their aspect. Where rogues shine, however, is not in their direct interaction with their aspect, but sharing it among their peers. They are team players, ready to help those they care about. But if their close bonds start turning into obsession, they can end up damaging themselves and those around them. Moderation and balance are key for a rogue, and those who manage to get it right can strengthen their group and support them through whatever they have to face. Being one of the taker classes, rogues are the passive counterpart to the thieves, and similar to them, their strengths lie in stealing, robbing their aspect from a source or taking it away entirely and distributing their spoils somewhere else. Rogues are adept at taking from their target, only spread it among their companions, so while they generally allow their loot to be shared among those who need it, doesn't mean they can't use the aspect they took as a tool to fend off their foes. If pressed, never lower your guard when facing a rogue, or they may just steal victory from right under your nose when you least expect it.
There are parts I identify with, but in general still fits me so much more.
Oh yeah, I agree with Muse. That's why I want to see Knight.
Not yet, see Knight. Because people were saying that you might be Knight.
Those born with the role of Knight are devoted and reliable, or at least they want to appear reliable. Oh wait, you should read this because I read the last one.
Those born with the role of Knight are devoted and reliable, or at least they want to appear reliable to those they care about. Insecurities, fears, doubts they don't tend to share them even with their most trusted and loved peers. I think you share things like that, right?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Unless they're being pressed or in dire need to vent. I mean, I think you vent a lot, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's healthy. Rather, Knights have a tendency to mask their true feelings in order to showcase themselves in a specific manner. They want to feel necessary, to know others trust them, to give advice, and offer help, and will rush the aid of those who need it in a heartbeat, no matter the risk or how monumental the task. If they are needed, they will answer the call. Knights dislike inaction and will seek something to do, even in situations where it is inadvisable to do so. As long as, in the end, they feel as though they've contributed and been useful in some way, as long as they manage to help others in some way, they will be happy. At their best, they are nurturing and great friends, always there for you the most. At the worst, we can be excessive, reckless, and needy. Knights may try to take charge of the situation, to try to live to the expectations and responsibility and reliability they themselves created, which doesn't tend to end well for them. While not completely incapable of doing so, they're most effective supporting their team rather than leading it, following the will of their aspect, or aiding others through it. They cannot be lone heroes, and can only shine with the support of others, and specifically by supporting others. This tends to make Knights likable and good to have around, even those who aren't specially fit for fighting and are capable of bringing ease with them. However, this needs to add others. This needs to aid. Jesus Christ! This need to aid others can be a heavy crux. Regardless of the situation, Knights are quick to blame themselves for mistakes, even if they themselves weren't necessarily responsible. Furthermore, this instinct to aid anyone in need of help can easily lead them to rush ahead without thinking in the consequences, putting them in jeopardy. Being one of the giver classes, Knights are the passive counterpart to pages, and similar to them, their strengths lie in serving, providing, weaponizing, using, or distributing their aspect in some way, or coming to other people's aid through the use of their aspect. Knights are a versatile class, just as well suited to keep those they care about from harm as they are to serve a crushing defeat to those who tried to harm them in the first place. Resourceful, quick to act. God help whoever dares lay a single finger on those a knight is in service of. They will know no rest until they've ensured their loved ones are safe. I mean,
parts.
This is up to you to decide. I think this fits you, but not quite as on the nose as Muse.
Oh no, Muse is like straight up like bang, especially all the shit about self-deprecation and stuff. I'm like bang. I'm like no, you can't call me out like this quiz.
Yeah, this is like you picking up a book and nodding your head like yeah, and then Muse is like someone grabbing the book and banging you over the head with it.
God, dude. Shit.
Yeah, I think close. I think
anyway,
we're right to think that, but okay.
Is there anything else you want to read?
I think we should read all of them if that's okay with you.
You're a mage.
So mage is the next one.
All right. Those born the role of the mage are naturally insightful, introspection, and learning more about themselves. This is important to them as learning the ins and outs of what has become important to them. They have an idealized view of how the world around them should work and will strive to make the reality pleasant and bearable for themselves, even when it may not be the best path for others. Mistakes can weigh heavy on a mage's shoulders, but their biggest enemy is the immutability of a world they don't esteem fair and that has wronged them in the past. Due to this, while eager to share their knowledge and interests with those they trust, and may become reclusive, they fall to the clutches of self-deprecation and lack of agency. At their best, they are deep, optimistic, and great teachers to those willing to learn. At their worst, they can be fatalistic and isolate themselves from their peers. Mages find their aspect coming quite naturally to them, but they barely need to try to understand their strengths and weaknesses. As such, they will use their insight they know is there to lead others and change fate in ways that suit them. However, this insight isn't always appreciated, and as such, a mage may begin overthinking that what should be simple and straightforward, sending them down a swirling spiral that they need to escape as soon as possible. Their struggle is that of their desires and wants versus the inevitability of reality around them. Confident and stubborn, mages will push forward with all their might and not let anything stand in the way of what they want. But if they become disillusioned with the ways things are, they may fall prey of complacency and acceptance against their better desires. Yet trying to change the unchangeable way may come with a very heavy price for them. Striking a balance between what they can do and what they want to do is vital for them, lest they push themselves too hard. Being one of the visionary classes, mages are the active counterpart to seers, and similar to them, their strength is in knowing things. Their insight about their aspect and themselves is unmatched, and will teach and guide others through that which they find important and relevant to the interest. Foresight, planning, mages will not be taken by surprise easily, and will fight back with all they have in order to change that which they don't agree with. They're miracle workers that will take hold of their aspect to both ensure things go smoothly and to directly engage those who dare oppose them. A mage's conviction is nothing to shrug at, and if you stand in their path, they will show you the hard way.
I can see why people thought I was a mage, but I definitely agree with Sylph more. Because there are bits and pieces I relate to, of course, but I can see why I could come off like as that with what I talk about and such.
All right. So
now maid is the active counterpart to what I actually am, Sylph, right?
I think so.
Yeah, make. Those born with the role of the maid tend to differ from their peers. Generally alienated from the norm in some way or other, or in some way or other, they struggle with what fate has in store for them and fight to liberate themselves in order to be happy. The world seems to want them to give more than they are willing to with little payback, wearing them out and only by gaining control of their situation, asserting what they want. Can they fully express themselves but held back? Maids tend to bottle up their true desires and emotions and may become complacent, even resigned by the situation, but once things reach a breaking point, or hopefully once given a chance to break free, they will let their true demeanor out and seek what they think is best for themselves. They can show a passionate love for things they deem important, while holding a similarly passionate contempt for and dislike for things that wrong them and those they care about. At their best, they're capable of understanding, encouraging, and content. At the worst, they're irascible, remorseful, and become alienated from the rest of their circle. Mates share a very close relationship with their aspect, which can oftentimes be beneficial and other damaging. The struggle they need to face and overcome is often related to their aspect, but that doesn't mean they can only become happy if they reject it entirely. In fact, completely disregarding their aspect is to be just as toxic as being shackled by it. For themselves to adopt facets selectively or making that would forcefully bound them theirs instead. Turning the tables on the situation and never casting their aspect completely away, a fully realized maid needs to know how to strike a balance. Once this balance is found, they can become an extremely effective and confident power to be relied on. Ignoring or dismissing a maid's struggle and desires, however, can easily turn them against you. They won't be afraid to hold it against you if they get bad enough. Being one of the critical classes has actual self, similar to them, strength in making things, power of creation, improvement, growth flows through them, allowing them to amplify their impact in combat or empower themselves with their aspect. Not only that, but while more prone to taking direct action, maids can just use it to aid and enable people finding alongside with, allowing them to be reliable in situations like they want. Yeah, no. Honestly, I think the quiz got us spot on. I'm not so sure if we need to read the rest.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think that anything's going to make it.
Yeah, I will read the rest, but, also, it seems like...
It seems like off-camera should be a thing that we just read. I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, people want us to read them all, but, from the looks of it, we got our class.
Yeah, we got our class.
I want to read Waste real quick. How about that?
Waste of space.
Let's read Waste.
Oh god, roll the silly action, boondoggle.
Oh my god.
Alignment, question mark, archetype, troll. Those born though.
Oh my god.
Wait a minute. I think I can get a waste.
Yeah. Oh. Nice. Oh my god, oh my god. Remember when it said we got 0 for waste?
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, it's because neither of us clicked the bottom option ever.
Because it's just like you wouldn't get anything.
It's like picking straight neutral answers on a personality test. Like, Jesus Christ, you're boring if you pick neutral answers.
That's what I'm saying, and you won't actually get like something that you actually do get.
That's totally what waste is. Oh, go back. Gotta be waste.
I'm a full-on waste of space.
This is a waste of time.
I'm a waste of void now. Wait for it.
Should I add a waste class?
Hey!
Yeah. Wait. Scroll and make sure it's 40 waste. Yeah. Oh, 40. Okay, so answering that doesn't count against any of the questions?
It just adds to the rest of the questions.
It just adds, yeah. So, okay.
Dude, that's so funny. Dude, that's so great. Anyway.
That's amazing. I love it.
Those born with the role of the waste are trying to cheat this test, either trying to find what questions give points to what classes to make a comprehensive list of them, or merely boredly trying to see what happens when they click the neutral and divisive answer on every single question. Waste tend to have more time in their hands than they know they can do with. At best, they're well-meaning, interested in the inner workings of personality quizzes. At worst, they're trolls trying to cheat the system. Waste's mere existence, as their name implies, tends to expand their aspect. It's absolutely useless and serves no purpose other than to make those around them groan exhausted, probably with face-palming motion to go along with it. They're not team players, nor do they serve their own whims and desires. What are they after? Pure chaos? Sometimes not even they know. Being one of the silly classes, Waste don't seem to have any other match. Pair classes, and their strengths lie in boondoggling, messing around, dilly-dallying, and otherwise trolling those around them. Through their aspect, they're completely useless in combat, yet they may appear within a team more often than they need. They're obviously here only because they wanted to know what happens if you click only the neutral items on personality quiz. Unless they genuinely are indecisive, in which case I'm so sorry. Either way, who were you expecting? The Easter Bunny?
I love it. Oh my god, that's a GIF. Wait, click on the GIF.
Oh,
Then
God. That point when you got distracted by the author's hot self-insert. Who were you expecting? The Easter Bunny?
I love it.
That's
okay,
so
anyways.
beautiful.
Wow. That's amazing. I'm so actually super happy about the classes that we got. I'm very satisfied with this.
Now we just gotta make sure my aspect's actually what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Or should we wait to do that after? Yeah,
I think we did off screen.
That's what I was thinking.
Thing.
Anyway.
Wow.
Folks.
I'm
so cool. All you guys doubting me, I'm a masterclass.
It took so much more time than I thought it would. I'm sorry.
I am literally a masterclass. Shut the fuck up.
I love it. I think it fits you so well. And I'm totally Sylph. It's great. I love it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's your master class speaking. Fuck you guys. This is why people watch our videos. I'm the reason why people watch our videos. I have been telling you this from the beginning.
Because I'm over obsessed with everything.
You're over obsessed with everything, but I just have this presence about me. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. That would be greatly appreciated. Comment down below. Tell us what your thoughts. Subscribe, post notifications. If you want to see what we're doing next. Join the Discord because there's some beautiful people there, and follow the Twitter because I'll tweet on there within the next 37 years. 38 now. The numbers are gonna keep going up, Ian.
Of course.
I don't know how to use Twitter. Someone needs to explain. Somebody please DM me on the Twitter account and explain to me how Twitter works, and then I'll do it.
God, wait, I'm gonna figure out if anybody's right.
Is anybody right?
If anybody's right about the classes. Control F.
Control F.
Control F. One character came up with awful impossible. Oh my god, AA asked February 13th. Hussiebot, is JM use a void? But there was a whole bunch of other shit. So
Hey, we
like,
took the class night. Oh wait, I need to know, please. Oh, okay, so
Yeah,
I guess there's
we'll
Secret
respond to
Light
them
and
later.
Rogue Avoid. His current guess was
Yeah, they're
Rogue.
wrong.
Probably wrong, but I don't care.
So
Ian,
nobody-
gonna
no-
give
nobody,
me
like,
my final
guessed.
guess. I need to know Ian, please. This is torture. So my current guesses are Mage and J, Rogue or Knight. Right, yes,
And
are
then,
Ian, Mage,
someone
and J,
said Ian a
Rogue
witch,
or
Jay
Knight.
self.
Nobody's guessing the right things.
I don't think anybody's gotten our classes right.
If you just fucking ask, especially if you frame it as an
Yeah,
secret
nobody
exchange
has gotten
knowledge
our.
like I do
Wait, actually,
via
it just said in Homestuck.
Wait, Jay's pretty obvious if you just fucking ask. That's why I'm trying with Ian. I mean, I could start an art stream as a cover-up for asking Jay secret questions via typing, but never send. Like he would say anything. You really think he wouldn't? Dude, them arguing over whether I would tell them or not. None of them know.
I don't think anybody's gotten it right. That's crazy.
You're all wrong.
Wait. Let's end the video first, and then we can talk to people.
All right, I just did. Get out of here, motherfuckers. Why are you creepily watching us, you fucks?
Bye, everyone. Love you all. Bye.
God, fucking creeps.
I'm content.